The law of attraction is a powerful principle, but it's often misunderstood. Some believe it's a kind of magic, that simply visualizing their desires will make them a reality. But that's not how it works. The law of attraction isn't about wishful thinking, it's a process. It's about directing your thoughts, energy, and actions toward what you truly want. When applied correctly, it can transform everything. The truth is, we are constantly attracting something, whether we're aware of it or not. Our thoughts, emotions, and daily habits shape the outcomes we experience. Some people attract success while others attract challenges. Some invite opportunity while others seem to encounter endless roadblocks. But the difference isn't luck, talent, or fate, it's focus. Life follows a simple principle: what you focus on expands. If you dwell on problems, you'll encounter more problems. If you concentrate on opportunities, you'll start noticing them everywhere. When you fixate on limitations, life reinforces those barriers. But when you pursue your goals with clarity, energy, and purpose, the universe begins to align in ways you never expected. However, there's a key distinction between those who merely hope the law of attraction will work and those who actively make it work. One group waits, wishing for things to change. The other takes action to create that change. One asks, why isn't this working? The other asks, what's my next step? And that's exactly what we're gonna explore, because it isn't just about thoughts. It's not just about affirmations or vision boards. It's about creating the right internal and external conditions for success. It's about shifting your beliefs, mastering your emotions, and aligning your daily actions with your long-term vision. At its core, the law of attraction isn't about attracting things. It's about attracting the person you need to become. Once you grasp this, reaching your goals will no longer feel like a struggle. The first step in applying the law of attraction is awareness. Most people move through life without realizing the thoughts they entertain, the emotions they cultivate, or the energy they project. But whether you notice it or not, your mind is constantly shaping your reality. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, and every emotion you reinforce contributes to what you attract into your life. Think about it. Have you ever noticed that when you're in a great mood, positive experiences seem to follow? When you feel confident and capable, people respond to you differently. But when you're stressed, anxious, or negative, it can feel like everything is working against you. The same situation can feel entirely different depending on your mindset. That's because life isn't just happening to you, you're playing a role in shaping it. Life is responding to you, which is why the first step to mastering the law of attraction is becoming fully aware of your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs each day. Think of your thoughts as seeds. Every single one plants something in your subconscious mind. If you constantly dwell on what's going wrong, you're planting seeds of doubt, struggle, and frustration. But if you focus on possibilities, you're sowing seeds of confidence, growth, and success. So ask yourself, what are you planting? Are you filling your mind with thoughts that propel you forward, or are you feeding it with doubts and limitations? Whatever you nourish in your mind will grow. And here's something most people overlook. Your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between reality and imagination. If you consistently visualize success, your mind begins to accept it as achievable. But if you constantly think about failure, your mind assumes it's inevitable. Your brain is always searching for proof of what you already believe. Once you understand this, it becomes clear why so many people remain stuck. They tell themselves they're unlucky. They convince themselves they're not good enough. They believe success is for others, and their brain works tirelessly to confirm these limiting beliefs. But successful individuals take a different approach. They train their minds to work for them, not against them. They start by replacing unhelpful thoughts with empowering ones. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, they say, I'm learning, I'm improving, I am capable. Instead of thinking, I never have opportunities, they affirm, opportunities are everywhere and I recognize them. This isn't just about positive thinking, it's about rewiring your brain, and science supports this. Neuroscience has proven that the brain is plastic, meaning it can change. The thoughts you think most often create pathways in your brain, and the more you reinforce them, the stronger those pathways become. This is why negative people tend to stay negative and why confident people continue to succeed. They've trained their minds to expect success. So how do you start shifting your thoughts? How do you reprogram your mind for success? The first step is to become highly aware of your thinking patterns. Pay attention to how you speak to yourself. Do you uplift yourself or break yourself down? Do you expect things to work out, or do you assume the worst? Because if you don't take control of your thoughts will control you. Once you've identified negative patterns, the next step is to replace them. This is where affirmations come in, not as empty wishful thinking, but as a tool to reshape your mindset. However, there's a key element. You must believe what you're saying. If you declare, I am rich, but deep down don't believe it, your subconscious mind will reject it. But if you say, I am learning how to create wealth, or I am becoming more financially secure each day, your mind can accept it. The key is to phrase your affirmations in a way that feels real and attainable. And finally, repetition. Rewiring your mind is like building a muscle. You can't do it once and expect instant change. You have to train it consistently until it becomes second nature. Your thoughts shape your beliefs influence your emotions drive your actions, and your actions determine your results. So if you want to use the law of attraction to achieve your goals, the first step is to take control of the one thing that influences everything else, your mind. Once you understand that your thoughts shape your reality, the next step is to harness the power of emotion. Many people assume the law of attraction works simply by thinking about what they want, but thinking alone isn't enough. Emotion is the true driving force behind manifestation. Thoughts create the blueprint, but emotions bring it to life. Think about a time when you felt deeply excited about something. Maybe you were preparing for a big opportunity or had a clear goal in mind and you felt unstoppable. That energy, that emotion is what propels things forward. Now, consider a moment when you felt uncertain, doubtful, or afraid. What happened? Did you take action or did you hesitate? Did you attract new opportunities or did you encounter more obstacles? This is how the law of attraction truly works. You don't just attract what you think about, you attract what you feel most intensely. And this is where many people get stuck. They say they want success, but deep down, they feel fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. They say they want wealth, but internally, they feel scarcity, focusing on debt, struggles, and worries. Your emotions act like signals, much like a radio station. If you're tuned into the frequency of fear, stress, or worry, that's the energy you're sending out into the world, and life will reflect that energy back to you. But if you're tuned into confidence, gratitude, and excitement, you'll start attracting situations that align with that vibration. So ask yourself, what are you broadcasting each day? Are you radiating confidence or insecurity? Do you feel empowered or powerless? Because life isn't responding to what you say, it's responding to what you feel. And here's the key. You have the ability to change your emotions at any moment. Most people believe emotions simply happen to them. They think, I feel anxious because of my situation, or I feel frustrated because things aren't working. But that's not true. Your emotions aren't controlled by your circumstances, they're controlled by your focus. What you focus on determines how you feel. If you dwell on what's missing, you'll feel a sense of lack. If you focus on what's wrong, you'll feel frustrated. But if you shift your attention to possibilities, to what you do have, and to what's going well, your emotional state can shift instantly. And here's something most people don't realize. You don't have to wait for something good to happen to feel good. You can generate positive emotions right now. And when you do, you start attracting even more reasons to feel good. This is why gratitude is one of the most powerful emotional states. When you feel grateful, your energy shifts. You stop focusing on what's missing and begin noticing abundance all around you. And when you truly feel abundant, you naturally attract more abundance. But gratitude is just one tool. Another powerful one is visualization. Visualization isn't just about picturing an image in your mind, it's about experiencing it as if it's already real. When you close your eyes and see your goal, don't just observe it, step into it. Feel what it would be like. If your goal is financial freedom, imagine waking up each morning with complete peace, knowing money is no longer a concern. If your goal is a strong, healthy body, envision the energy, confidence, and strength you would feel every single day. And here's the key. Your brain doesn't distinguish between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. If you visualize something with enough detail and emotion, your mind accepts it as reality. And once your mind believes something, it starts working to make it happen. This is why elite athletes use visualization before competitions. They don't just train physically, they train mentally. They see themselves winning, they feel the adrenaline, the excitement, and the confidence. Because their mind has already experienced success, their body follows. You can do the same. Start each morning by immersing yourself in the feeling of already having what you desire. Not someday, but now. Because the moment you start feeling successful, life begins aligning opportunities in your favor. When you start feeling wealthy, you begin making choices that lead to wealth. When you start feeling confident, you carry yourself differently and the world responds. But there's one more essential step, action. This is where many people get it wrong. They believe that simply thinking about success and feeling successful will make it happen. But that's only part of the equation. The law of attraction works when your thoughts, emotions, and actions are in alignment. You can't just sit back and wait for things to change. You must take action that reflects the future you want to create. If you want to be successful, start making decisions the way a successful person would. If you want to build wealth, begin managing your money wisely today. If you want to be in great shape, don't wait for motivation, move your body now, because action is the final ingredient that turns thought into reality. When you combine the right mindset, the right emotions, and the right actions, you begin attracting the life you truly desire. But even then, there's one more critical factor. Faith. Faith is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the invisible force that keeps you moving forward, even when results aren't immediately visible. And this is where most people lose momentum. They start strong, they think positive thoughts, feel inspired, and take action. But when things don't happen as quickly as they expect, doubt creeps in. They begin to question whether the law of attraction is even working. They start questioning whether doing it right. That doubt, that fear, it pulls them backward. But the universe operates on its own timing. Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean nothing is happening. Think of planting a seed. You water it, nurture it, and give it sunlight, but for a while, there's no visible growth. Does that mean the seed isn't developing? Not at all. Beneath the surface, the roots are forming, the foundation is being built. The process is underway, even if you can't see it yet. But if you stop watering the seed just because there's no instant progress, you kill the very thing that was about to grow. That's how faith works. You must believe in your vision before it materializes. You must trust the process before seeing the results. Because the moment you shift your focus from progress to doubt, you slow down your own momentum. So how do you develop unshakable faith? How do you stay committed to your vision, even when there's no visible change? The first step is deciding right now that your goal is already achieved. Not if it will happen, not maybe someday, but done. When you embrace the mindset that success is inevitable, everything shifts. You stop hesitating, you stop second guessing, you stop looking for backup plans. Instead, you move with certainty, take bold action, and trust that every step, no matter how small, is guiding you exactly where you need to go. The second step is learning to detach from the how. One of the biggest mistakes people make with the law of attraction is trying to control how things will happen. They map out the exact timing, the exact circumstances, and the exact people involved, But that's not your role. Your job is to focus on what you want and why you want it. The how will unfold in ways you can't predict. Think about your past successes. Did they happen exactly as you planned, or did they come through an unexpected opportunity, a chance meeting, or a path you never even considered? The universe has limitless ways to bring your desires to you, and if you're fixated on only one route, you might overlook an even better one. So release the need to control every detail. Keep your vision clear, take inspired action, and trust that life will align circumstances in ways you can't yet see. The third step is acting as if. When you truly believe something is already yours, your actions reflect that belief. You carry yourself with confidence. You make decisions with certainty. And that energy, that unwavering belief, begins to shape reality. If you knew without a doubt that your success was inevitable, how would you behave? Would you hesitate, procrastinate, second guess yourself? Of course not. You'd move with purpose, trust yourself, and take actions aligned with the future you're creating. And when you do this consistently, your external reality must catch up with your internal certainty. Because the law of attraction isn't just about what you want, it's about who you become. Now let's talk about one of the biggest obstacles to faith, fear. Fear is what holds people back from manifesting their desires. It's responding to your energy, your actions, your emotions, and your subconscious beliefs. Fear is what causes hesitation, second guessing, and self-sabotage. And fear is always rooted in uncertainty, the fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown. But here's the truth. Uncertainty is part of the process. You will never have all the answers. You won't see the entire path ahead, but you don't need to. All you need to do is trust. The next step, then the next, and then the next. Faith isn't about knowing exactly how things will unfold. It's about moving forward anyway. And the more you do this, the more evidence you collect. You start to see how things align. You experience little synchronicities, moments too perfect to be random. And that's when faith turns into certainty. So today, make a decision. Decide that your goal is already done. Let go of needing to control how it will happen. Act as if success is inevitable. And when fear shows up, move forward anyway. Because once you master faith, the law of attraction stops being a theory. It becomes a force working in your favor every single day. Once faith is established, the next step is alignment. Alignment means that everything within you, your thoughts, emotions, actions, and habits, is moving in the same direction as your goal. Most people don't struggle because they lack desire. They struggle because they are out of alignment with what they want. They say they want wealth, but their habits reflect scarcity. They say they want success, but they procrastinate. They say they want confidence, but they still entertain self-doubt. The universe isn't responding to what you say you want. It's responding to the energy you consistently embody. Your reality responds to your state of being. If you say, I want to be rich, but deep down you still feel financially insecure, you will continue to attract lack. If you desire love but believe you are unworthy of it, you will unknowingly push it away. So the real question is, are you truly aligned with your goal? Because when your internal state matches your desires, the external world naturally reflects it back to you. The first step to alignment is self-image. You will never manifest anything that contradicts how you see yourself. If you perceive yourself as someone who struggles, that struggle will persist. If you see yourself as successful, opportunities will start to appear. This is why transforming your self-image is crucial. To achieve what you desire, you must first embody the identity of someone who already has it. Your identity is shaped by the beliefs you hold about yourself. It influences what you think you're capable of, what you believe you deserve, and what you expect from life. And here's the truth, you will always act in alignment with your identity. If you see yourself as disciplined, taking action won't feel like a challenge. It will come naturally. If you identify as successful, you will instinctively seek solutions rather than make excuses. If you view yourself as healthy, making positive choices will feel effortless. So the key question is, who do you believe you are? If your identity is not aligned with your goals, you must change it, not by hoping, not by waiting, but by acting as if you are already the person you aspire to be. Your actions reinforce your identity. When you consistently act with confidence, your mind starts to believe you are confident. When you take disciplined action every day, your mind begins to accept that you are disciplined. And once your mind believes it, your reality starts to shift. The second step to alignment is habits. Your life is shaped by your daily habits, not by what you do occasionally, not by what you do when motivation strikes, but by what you do consistently. This is where many people go wrong. They set ambitious goals, but their habits don't support them. They want financial success, but maintain poor money habits. They aim for success, but waste time. They desire a healthier lifestyle, but make excuses. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you repeatedly do. The key is simple. Align your habits with your vision. If you want to build wealth, adopt the habits of financially successful individuals. If you want to be in great shape, follow the habits of fit and energetic people. If you want to be confident, practice the behaviors of confident individuals. When your daily actions align with your goals, success becomes inevitable. The third step to alignment is environment. Your surroundings influence you more than you realize. If you are constantly surrounded by negativity, staying positive becomes a challenge. If your environment is full of distractions, maintaining focus is difficult. If you are surrounded by excuses, discipline becomes an uphill battle. To set yourself up for success, you must intentionally design your environment. This means surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, eliminating distractions that pull you off course, and creating a space that reinforces your vision. Your environment will either propel you forward or hold you back. If you're serious about applying the law of attraction, everything around you must support your growth. The final step to alignment is releasing resistance. Often the very thing preventing you from receiving what you desire is resistance, tension, doubt, and overthinking. The more you feel you need something to happen, the more pressure you create, and pressure disrupts flow. The law of attraction works best when you are in a state of ease, when you trust that what you seek is already on its way and allow success to unfold rather than forcing it. This doesn't mean you stop taking action. It means you take inspired action, not from fear or desperation, but from a place of confidence and certainty. And when you do this, everything shifts. Opportunities appear effortlessly, ideas flow naturally, and you start meeting the right people at the right time. What once felt difficult now feels inevitable. Because when you are fully aligned, mind, body, and soul, success is no longer something you chase, it becomes something you attract. The final key to using the law of attraction to achieve your goals is persistence. Even when your thoughts are clear, your emotions are strong, your actions are aligned, and your faith is unwavering, challenges will still arise. This is where most people quit. They begin with enthusiasm, visualizing, affirming, and taking action, but when results don't come quickly enough, they lose momentum. Doubt creeps in, they start searching for shortcuts, and eventually they give up. However, those who truly understand the law of attraction know that persistence is what separates success from failure. Think of it this way. Every action you take, every time you align your thoughts and emotions with your vision, you add energy to your manifestation. It's like filling a bucket with water. But what happens if you stop too soon? The bucket never fills and the breakthrough never arrives. The success that was just within reach slips away. The universe rewards those who keep going, yet most people give up just before everything starts to shift. They stop watering the seed right before it sprouts. They walk away from the path just before reaching the finish line. And the saddest part, they never realize how close they were. So how do you keep going when things aren't happening as fast as you'd like? The first step is shifting your mindset from being outcome focused to process focused. Most people tie their happiness to the result. They think, I'll be happy when I achieve my goal. I'll feel successful once I reach the outcome I want. But this mindset leads to frustration. When progress is slow, discouragement sets in. When things don't go as planned, it feels like failure. Those who truly succeed, however, fall in love with the process. They find joy in the daily actions that bring them closer to their goals. They celebrate small victories. They focus on becoming the person they need to be, regardless of how long it takes. And when you embrace this mindset, everything changes. Desperation fades. The stress of when things will happen disappears. Instead, you develop a deep trust that every step you take is guiding you exactly where you need to go. The second key to persistence is learning to reframe obstacles. Most people see challenges as reasons to stop. They assume that if something is meant to be, it should come easily. But that's not true. Obstacles aren't blocking you, they're shaping you. Every challenge, every delay, every struggle is part of your growth. It's preparing you for the success you desire, because the universe will not give you something you are not ready for. Think of it this way. If you were handed everything you wanted today, would you be able to sustain it? Would you have the discipline, the mindset, and the skill set to maintain it? This is why persistence matters, because every setback is actually setting you up for the next level. The third key to persistence is building resilience. Resilience is the ability to keep going no matter what. It's the ability to bounce back from failure, adapt to challenges, and take action even when it feels difficult. And here's the truth, resilience is built through discomfort. Every time you push through resistance, refuse to quit, and choose to move forward instead of giving up, you strengthen your ability to handle anything. The more resilient you become, the more unstoppable you are. The fourth key to persistence is trusting divine timing. Everything happens at the right moment. Just because something hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it isn't in motion. A delay is not a denial, it's preparation. There are things being arranged, doors opening, and opportunities aligning behind the scenes. Just because you can't see them yet doesn't mean they aren't there. So instead of doubting, questioning, or growing impatient, trust that the right people, the right circumstances, and the right opportunities will arrive exactly when they're meant to. In the meantime, keep taking action, continue aligning your thoughts, emotions, and habits with your vision. Keep moving forward even when results aren't immediate, because those who persist always reach their goals. When you refuse to quit, when you decide that success is non-negotiable, the law of attraction will work in your favor in ways you never imagined. At its core, the law of attraction isn't just about positive thinking. It's not about waiting for the universe to hand you what you want. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts success, abundance, and opportunity. Because success isn't something you chase, it's something you align with. When your thoughts are clear, your emotions are strong, your actions are consistent, and your faith is unwavering, the world has no choice but to respond. But remember, manifestation isn't instant. Growth takes time. Transformation requires commitment. Those who truly understand the law of attraction know that it's not just a tool for getting what you want, it's a way of life. The reality is you are always manifesting, whether you realize it or not. Your energy, beliefs, and habits are constantly shaping your world. So the real question is, are you attracting what you truly want, or are you attracting what you fear? Because life will always mirror back what you expect, what you believe, and what you are willing to work for. So today, make a choice. Choose to think thoughts that empower you. Choose to feel emotions that drive you forward. Choose to take action with confidence and purpose. Trust the process even when results aren't immediate. Decide that you are worthy of the life you desire. And when you fully align yourself with your vision, your goals will no longer be distant dreams, they will become inevitable.